This is the sixth, seventh day in a hotel after moving out of finishing our lease. I actually ended up in the hospital for 6 of those days. Turns out that I had, they weren't sure why my shortness of breath was happening, that they thought that I may have CO2, not getting enough CO2 in my blood. So I was in the hospital for 6 days on that, so I'm still working on that, my blood pressure. So not only is it stress, but everything else. So I'm trying not to be stressed, but just staying faithful and trying to stay positive and everything else. But to be honest, I'm nervous and I'm trying not to be. And I do want the best. I want to just have the simple, basic things. I mean, we had a home, the job thing, I could not think. Every time I don't know if it's just my resume, but I was not getting any hits. I got so many rejections that it was kind of, I don't know, a bang to the ego. I mean, I saved my rejection letters. I don't know why I do that, but just in case, I sent out so many resumes and got the responses that I did get back. And then when I did get a few assessments where I can get to the next level, like get through the skill test, the assessment, do one, maybe they have you do a video interview before they actually interview. And then don't get past that point. So it's been a roller coaster on top of that. And then now to be to the end where I'm completely starting over and really wish I had a van or something that we could be in, so that I at least can feel a little bit of peace of knowing that we have someone to constantly lay our head on. So it's hard for me to put this information out here. Again, like I said, you've been through my story, and for me to be going through this differently again, and I just used up my last savings for this week on this hotel. So the next thing will be going to the Salvation Army again. So I am not looking forward to that. Again, I wished I had enough money initially to buy a van or something, but it did not work out. I only had enough savings not to get the van, because the van would not in that price range. I only had like $1,400, and finding a car or even a minivan, I would be consistently worried about. It seemed like there were always issues with all the ones I were finding and that was available. And I was like, okay, so financially I couldn't get that because I can't afford to fix whatever is going on. Then I got to pay tags and title and have insurance. So I wasn't going to be able to come up with that. So not on top of that, it would have to be less than 14 in order for me to have that. So I was like, I just used the money to get a room and just praying that the Lord is gonna, lead our next steps so that we are still in a safe environment, in a safe place, and have somewhere to sleep. And I still am working with it. I just don't understand. I guess every company has things that they can and can't do. They can only do so much for you. And I get that. I mean, all I can do is keep applying for jobs. I can't make people hire me. And I'm not sure why I'm not hireable, if it's age or just because, of the situation from my last job, because I did keep my last job on my resume. I don't even remove it or anything. That's a factor. That's causing them to decide to go with another applicant instead of me. Because I don't think it's not the experience and me willing to, I'm able to do whatever I need to do to learn whatever job. Never been a person that's afraid to learn new things and give my best work, my hardest to get something done. It's just, I don't know what to say. This is right now. This is my entire life. I can say this has been one of the most shakiest experiences for me. Again, I don't even know what to say. Hope for the best. Anybody that's listening, thank you so much for listening. And I know it's been a while since I've added any updates, and I'm gonna upload the last 2 videos I have and try to just keep you guys updated as to what our status is. And thank you for being supportive for everyone that's been just being part of our life journey. I do appreciate it, and I do know that I believe that God has a reason for everything, and that He wants the best for me and my son. And I'm not quite understanding what my lesson is to be in this position again, and why it's allowed to be in this position again. He allowed it. But I'm hopeful. So anyway, I'm signing off. Until the next time. Bye-bye.